Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday, and I'm saying that out loud because I was emailing Chad and Ryan and Betsy yesterday, and the subjects, and Betsy, thank you for correcting me, the subjects of my emails kept saying Tuesday's guest, and I meant today. So, for the record, if you take off Friday and Monday, you'll forget that it's Wednesday. So today is Wednesday, the 12th of September. I'm excited personally. I'm about a half a pound away from losing 80 pounds, and I've been really trying to hit that 80-pound loss because I've kind of figured out that once I can break through a new amount of weight loss, I can kind of maintain it. So 80 would be the next step towards 90, and then 100 pounds lost. And then I will eventually have lost a Ryan Broderson, probably, based on how much Ryan weighs. 150? That's all you weigh? I think my right leg weighs 150 pounds. Fantastic. So I need to lose a Ryan Broderson, everybody. Little by little, it's going to happen. Super glad that you're with us. It's a very busy day here at Hy-Vee Today with two guests and then a massive catering that Chef Tess, I don't even know what time Chef Tess got here. She's not going to be on the show today because this is a huge deal. Big catering at Musco, and had an opportunity to be down at Musco yesterday to help set up. You have some pictures, Ryan? We'll take a look at these. So we set up yesterday. Catering's today. It's their employee recognition lunch. Just a few shots from inside the Dome, which is a really cool space that they have. We're expecting to serve 500 people in what I'm being told 45 minutes. So I'm on the drink station, which is good because even with 79 pounds lost, I'm not moving that quick. But Musco, just another one of those great employers in Muscatine that has a good story to tell. And both of our guests can speak to the same thing. So our first guest, who's making his first appearance on this show, is Sean Schrader, who is the Bayer plant manager. And we talk about good companies in town. And Sean, welcome to the show.
Morning, Tony. Thank
you.
So
Bayer, formerly Monsanto, one of those great companies that has a good story to tell because y'all have been employing people in this area for over 55 years.
57 years, Tony. Yep, since 1961.
Coming up on 60 years.
That's right.
Sean, that's incredible, right?
Very good. Great story.
How many people are at work? Maybe not all of them are at work right now, but how many people work for Bayer locally?
Yeah. Now we employ over 400 full-time employees, and then on an average daily basis, we'll have between 100 and 125 contract employees at the facility as well.
This is great. Again, people talk about Muscatine and how great of a community it is, and it's these businesses that are truly the backbone.
Right.
And I know, Sean, you and I have this in common. I've been here 6 years. You've been here probably coming up on, 4 years maybe?
4.5 years.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're both newbies. so to speak.
Yep.
But I imagine that you had a similar feeling that I did when you got here. Like, I don't have any plans, and I've had opportunities to leave, but I don't want to.
Right.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
So when you first got to Muscatine, was it an instant? I mean, maybe you had visited before, but
right.
What made you want to take that job, and what's kept you here?
Yeah, so it's a Muscatine. It's a phenomenal community. So I attended last night. We had a Iowa Business Council meeting. It was held at the Merrill last night, and all the folks in Muscatine. And it's amazing. There's always things to work on in the communities. There's always things we can do better. But when you really sit back and think about the great community that we have to live and work in, it's a pretty amazing community. And for me, just probably the aha moment for me moving to town 4.5 years ago. I knew about our company, and I knew the facility that we had with our company. Did not have a perspective of the other industry and the other great things that this community is all about. So we talked about a little bit last night at the Iowa Business Council. It's maybe Iowa's best kept secret, and how do we continue to market? How do we continue to brand ourselves as the great community that we have? But it's an exciting place to be.
We
Really
definitely have good people in place that are trying, and that's what it is. I mean, it's really just telling Muscatine's story.
Right.
And my thing on this show is having folks like yourself here, and then having the conversation called, how do we get, because we know, Sean, there's a couple thousand people that will drive to Muscatine for a job, but then leave. So that's the one area that we can really make some ground with, is encouraging people to live in the place that they work. You do that personally, as do I, and I feel like that would be an important thing for Bayer to know that the folks that they employ,
definitely,
because that just supports the local economy so much more.
Definitely,
right.
And I think no better people than the employees that we have to be great ambassadors of the community that we live in. And when we have an opportunity to bring new people in that aren't necessarily even from Iowa necessarily, we'll bring engineers in from the East Coast and from the West Coast. How do we talk about the great things that we have in the community, and start to put those people feet in the ground in the Muscatine community? And once you're here, I don't think you're going to move. So I don't think you're going to leave.
And what you do so well, like a lot of these places, Hy-Vee included, Unity Point Health, our hospital, H&I and All Steel and Musco, they encourage their employees to be actively involved.
Right.
So it's one thing to employ, 440 full-time people like Bayer does, but to then understand how valuable it is for those employees to be out volunteering, giving of their time.
Right.
Again, that doesn't happen in most places. Just want you to show up, do your job, and leave.
Right.
But at a place like Bayer, I know that you have people that are involved with MCSA and Big Brothers Big Sisters and Special Olympics. So, but I mean that's just part of the culture, supporting 4-H programs and FFA. So that also has to make you feel good. And I know that with this transition from Monsanto to Bayer, people probably have questions, but you can speak to the fact that, Sean, Bayer as a company is only going to continue to do more for the communities that they serve, right?
Yep, that's right. No, I think a key core value of the company, one, is to be involved in the community we live and operate in. And prior with Monsanto, we had some really good programs. One was a Volunteer Together program, where the company employees can volunteer in local community events that are important to them, and they could actually record their volunteer hours, and the company actually matched their hours.
Wow.
To the tune of, last year, we had just shy of half the employees in the facility that participated in the program. We garnered they recorded over 11,000 hours, and were able to donate $45,000 back in the local community.
That is unbelievable.
We've had great conversations with our new Bayer colleagues about these type of programs, about the involvement that we have in the community, and I think it's going to be a core value of Bayer in the future as well, and an opportunity for us to continue to work great together.
Yeah, it's all about investing in our future leaders, and pictures like we're seeing. I mean, these young people, which makes me feel old saying that, by the way.
Right.
Just turned 35, Sean. I blinked and I was 18, and now I'm 35. But it's so important to reach them early, and to show them, because listen, eventually these young people are going to go to school and then enter the workforce. And wouldn't it be great, by the way, to have some of them work or choose to have a career at Bayer? And that again is something, when you talk to people that have been at Monsanto, now Bayer, you understand very quickly why they've been there for a number of years.
Right.
Because they're taken very great. They take great care of their employees,
Right.
and that we speak to that. You got to shepherd in a $50 million renovation or upgrade to the expansion, probably a better word, to the plant locally. That created more jobs, but then it also just helps with job security for the folks that are down there.
Exactly.
So that's where, again, new name, don't even let the name be a thing for you, because locally $50 million was invested, and new jobs were created. So it's
definitely
exciting, and you can see why it was attractive to a company like Bayer.
Right.
Right? I mean,
definitely.
things are going in a good direction.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you mentioned the $50 million investment that we had. I think over the last 5-year period, the company's invested $120 million in our facility locally. Wow. So again, I think Monsanto saw clearly the asset that they have, the facility that they have in Muscatine, and Bayer clearly sees the same thing. We actually had Bayer leadership in the plant 2 weeks ago, had an opportunity, the folks we had in the plant. It was really great for us because the 3 new folks that we had, that was actually their second time in the facility.
Wow.
So we could say welcome back to our new Bayer colleagues. And the first visit that we had with them 15 months ago, I think that really helped solidify. You move things away from PowerPoints and meetings, and you make it real when you can see facilities and you can ultimately meet the people. Because we all know, Tony, great people make great companies, right?
Yep.
We can have great assets and we can do great things, but great people make great companies.
That's so true. And the limited experience that I have with yourself and the Chris Boers of the world, you just get a good sense when you're around people at Bayer.
Right.
And I had the chance to deliver food a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And it's just so nice seeing so many familiar faces. And admittedly, it was my first time in the offices, so I didn't really know where I was going, but nothing felt fake. You know what I'm saying? These are all genuine people that go to work, care about what they do, care about the communities that they're in, and providing for their families. And that's where it becomes so exciting when we see, how important these relationships are with places like MCSA. And I mention MCSA because recently you were there working with them with a sizable donation, because we understand that we need in a perfect world, Sean, we don't need an MCSA.
Right.
But this isn't a perfect world, unfortunately.
That's right.
But for MCSA to have a relationship and a friend like yourself and everybody at Bayer, I don't know what they would do without the support that they receive.
Right. No, and you mentioned MCSA. What a great organization. I actually have an opportunity to be on the board of MCSA as well. And Monsanto and now Bayer's had a great relationship with MCSA in the past, and continuing to find ways that we can help educate. I mean, we donated dollars back. It's probably been 3 years ago. Back to help MCSA renovate their kitchen. And part of it was to renovate the kitchen, but then part of it was to help educate people through MCSA, through the State of Iowa Association as well. How do we help educate people on lower limited income? How do I cook nutritionally, right?
Sure.
You talked about losing 80 pounds. What are the things that we can buy, and how can we cook to continue to provide nutritional meals for everybody? So helping on the education piece is a big deal.
And that kitchen is so nice now. Yeah. I mean, it really is. MCSA is just one of those places I talk about all day.
Right.
What do you think? Like, this transition has been two years in the making.
Right.
By the way, so a transition like this does not happen overnight.
No.
It's a well thought out, executed plan. You're just a couple weeks into it. And again, from what you're speaking to, Sean, the culture and philosophies of Bayer are going to align themselves with what people expected with Monsanto.
Right.
And then Bayer will just continue to make headway, because this is, when I think about the work that's done locally, I mean, always at the forefront. Right. And wanting to be a good friend for our farmers in the field, and in this part of the country, we certainly see that. We had a sort of like a drought, and then we got maybe too much rain. So I'm glad that I'm not in the farming business. But people like my mother-in-law's boyfriend, I mean, he operates thousands of acres just across the river in Illinois. So I know that that's not the main focus of business, but certainly understanding the connection to putting food on the table and making quality products locally, a global impact will only continue to grow with Bayer now, right?
Definitely. I love the I love the environment we're in. We're sitting in the middle of a grocery store.
Right.
So I'm passionate. I grew up on a farm, so I'm passionate for agriculture,
Sure.
and I love to eat, Tony.
Right.
So, and I think the really neat part about Monsanto coming together with Bayer, if we look at even kind of Monsanto's vision and what their vision was for agriculture and part of the story, it's the same story with Bayer. It's a very similar story. We're adding more people to the planet every day. So there's estimates that by 2050, there'll be 10 billion people on the planet.
Wow.
We know when we add more people to the planet, then there's less arable land to plant crops on.
Yep.
And we're going to do that with the same level of sustainable resources that we have. So we're not going to get more fresh water. So with more people, with less land, with more water going for people and for cities and for towns, how do we produce more on those same acres?
Sure.
And that's really the vision for the company. That was part of Monsanto's prior vision. That's part of Bayer's vision together, coming together to innovate. How do we continue to provide those solutions to either reduce yield on growers' farms, on customers' farms, and or increase yield? And again, growing up on a farm and having a passion for agriculture, that lines up perfectly with a great company and great things we can do.
I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, furthest thing from a farm. But having been in Iowa for about 16 years now, going to St. Ambrose in 2002, my roommate, freshman year, went home every single weekend to drive a combine.
Right.
And I didn't understand it at first, but I learned quickly how vital the family farm truly is.
Right.
Because even if your operation is just that, enough to support yourself or to sustain yourself, it's like this big puzzle, Sean, and there's different sizes of pieces to this puzzle.
Right.
And without the products and quite frankly, the technology that places like Bayer are producing, I mean, you just want to set up, whether it's the family farm all the way up to somebody that's operating thousands and thousands of acres.
Right.
There's a great picture right there. Somebody that has probably worked the land his entire life. So that's where it's sort of an interesting business, because you have to be able to understand the client.
Right.
And the size of their farm can vary, but they're all so important.
Right.
Every single one of them.
Definitely. And I think they're all after the same thing, right? They're all businessmen and women.
Yep.
And they do it because they also have a passion, but they're also in business. And our company hopefully fields a great opportunity to how do we continue to provide those products to innovate.
Sure.
And improve that bottom line and improve that profitability on the farm, provide them solutions.
Sure.
Again, to help them reduce risk and improve yield. And the opportunity that we have too to bring the two companies together, I think the annual budget within the crop science division, which the Muscatine plant will now be a part of, our annual spend on research and development will be upwards of $2.5 billion.
Wow.
That's billion with a B. So that's a lot of dollars. And I think together, they also talk about 10,000 scientists working together on innovation as well.
Unbelievable.
So if we can't play that card on the scientist horsepower and the dollars to be able to bring products to innovate, and products that have to make sense on the farm, right?
Yep.
We can't deliver things on the farm that don't make sense and don't add value. So the customer's not going to buy those. That's not what they're in business for. So
10,000 scientists working together. That is incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, and you really have to. There can be no settling in your business.
Right.
You have to keep, because as the world and the climate changes, I mean, you have to have products that are, I don't want to say that are future-proof, because it changes every day, but to have those minds.
Right.
And that's where creating these jobs and encouraging young people to get into the fields of STEM or take a STEM class.
Exactly.
You could talk to someone today that in 10 or 15 years could be your next scientist. And what a great title, by the way.
Yep, exactly.
That's something that I'll never have, a scientist in front of my name. I've been called a lot of other things. But what a great opportunity to be able to get to work and know that you have the support of your company. That's what it all boils down to.
Right.
If you can have the support to be able to make those spends in R&D, because all it takes, Sean, is somebody's idea in a meeting that goes into a lab, that gets tested, and then can be mass, created and marketed and out into the field.
Right.
I mean, that has to be the most rewarding part of a scientist's job. But really, everybody at Bayer is knowing that you're creating something with your hands. Maybe started in your mind, created with your hands, and then it's...
And we're making a difference.
Every day.
Yep.
I mean, it's
really
not...
impactful.
And that's why there's, over 400 employees locally.
Right.
The demand is there.
Yep, exactly.
So yes, agriculture for sure. I don't think we can, talk about it enough, quite frankly.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it this way, without a strong, region that we're in full of agriculture, there's 440 people that might not have a job.
That's right.
To be quite quite honest with you, right? I mean, so we really need to make sure that we're there with these men and women and these families. And I what I love about the family farm, I talk about my mother-in-law's boyfriend, Glenn.
Right.
He's able to walk into his bank and, shake a hand and go buy a giant piece of equipment. I mean, that doesn't happen in most places, but I know that's the kind of relationships that are important for folks that are on the farm and for folks like yourself at Bayer.
Right.
I mean, because you understand that you're creating these products, but you also realize that they're going to be, sent to places locally.
Right.
I mean, you're not making them and then they're being shipped, to another country.
No.
You understand that they have to work in the soils of Iowa and Illinois.
That's right.
Where we don't know what the weather's going to be like.
That's right. Yep. We can have no rain for 30 days and then 15 inches in 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Unbelievable, isn't it? This climate that we're in.
Yep.
And then it could snow.
That's right.
I mean, listen. If there's anybody that would like a fall season, I would love a fall season and not going straight into winter.
That sounds good to me as well.
Yeah, how about it?
I agree with that.
I mean, because you see pictures like we're looking at, and there's something about driving around, Muscatine County and Louisa County and just seeing these operations, and knowing these folks that are working hard every single day. It's an exciting time for Bayer, for sure. Continuing to expand. I know that you're always looking for, whether it be scientists or people to join the team. There's various roles. So maybe Sean, maybe that's the one thing that for people that will, drive past Bayer, past the plant, they might not know what's going on there.
Sure.
So can you just, with broad brushstrokes, could you just paint an idea of what people are doing inside, maybe even right now at, what is it, at 8:51 in the morning? What's going on right now?
8:51 on a typical day. So if we talk about the population that we have, the 400 employees that we have, roughly 2/3 of those are operators. So it could be production technicians, people working actually in control rooms, actually producing the herbicides that we make every day.
Sure.
People working in the lab and people working in maintenance. 1/3 of the roles then are what we call supporting functions. So my role, administrative type roles, the engineers that we have in the plant, and we'll have chemical engineers, mechanical, electrical engineers. We've got folks working in IT, working in finance, working in procurement, shipping and logistics. So if you think about all the supporting functions that it takes to not only produce a product, but then to move that product from point A to point B, all of that work and all that activity happens on a daily basis. So
it's
a lot
incredible.
of different roles, a lot of different opportunities that happen every day within the facility. Yep.
And you're the guy that's got to oversee it all.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
What a fun job. I mean, your job has to be exciting every single day.
Changes every day, Tony.
Right.
Yep.
But you also are the guy.
In a good way, and it's a great place to be.
And Sean, you're the guy that, you probably know everybody's name, which I struggle with. I mean, and I've seen it in action at the functions that I've been at, and I know that it's important to take care of the people that work for you, and to really understand that everybody has, their own life and their own family and their own situation. And that's where it's not this, because the last thing I want is the perception to be of this cold work environment, because it is the opposite. It is a very warm, welcoming, albeit a fun place. I mean, people are excited about going to a job, whether it's their first year or their 21st year.
That's right.
I mean, and you've seen it in your 4.5 years. I just don't want you to ever leave until you retire 25 years from now.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yep, 30 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, listen.
No, and you're right. I mean, it takes a team, right? I talked about all the different people and all the different groups, but we all own it together, right?
Sure.
From my role through every role in the facility, and we'll succeed together. And there'll be opportunities where we won't, and we'll learn from those examples as well, right? But we'll continue to get better, and that's what makes it fun. I mean, it's an exciting place to work.
It really is, and it's at that all-in attitude.
That's right.
No matter, like you said, no matter what the role is, people at Bayer care, because they're making a difference. And I think that's really it, right? If you can show up to a job that you feel fulfilled at, because you know that you're making a difference for the world, quite frankly. then that's what keeps people around.
That's right.
I'm sure that
Definitely.
there's some people that you got to go, hey, have you thought about retiring?
Right.
They're like, I don't want to leave. I have all these friends, and I like coming to work, and they probably have a good parking spot. Right?
That's right. Oh, for
I
sure.
know that,
Yep.
and there's people here at Hy-Vee, by the way, that are real particular about where they park.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And
exactly.
it's the new guy.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I learned that
Yep.
the hard way.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
it's good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
bet.
All the best. Bayer is here to stay.
That's right.
Down to a brand new shirt.
That's right.
Look
Yeah,
at
the
that.
brand new
Threads.
logo with Muscatine, Iowa.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
Yep.
exciting. I mean,
Yep.
imagine the folks
Yep.
from the Bayer Corporation that have been there
That's
for a
right.
number of years, coming to Muscatine and feeling
Right.
so good about the investment that they just made.
Right.
I mean,
Yep.
you spoke to folks being in town.
Right.
I bet they want to come back.
Yep.
Mm.
Very impressed. And it was great to have that group on their second trip back through town.
Right.
And again, they're very excited for us to be part of the new company and the great things we can do together to continue to do the mission that we've done.
Yeah.
And it's an important mission that we have. So it's
Look at
great.
that. We're looking at the Bayer website right now. Life stands
Perfect.
for leadership, integrity, flexibility, and efficiency.
Right.
Again, these are not things that are common in most places,
Right.
especially that flexibility word.
Yep, exactly.
Right?
Yep,
I mean, that
that's
really
right.
speaks a lot to a company when they can understand that people have a lot of things
Exactly.
going on, but also
Yep.
if you set your employees up for success, you'll get the most out of them.
Right. Yep.
Because
Totally agree.
they'll want to do a great job.
Yep, exactly.
It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Tony. Really appreciate it. Yeah,
Sean
glad to be
Trader,
part of it today.
Yeah, plant manager with Bayer. Please come back and stay connected with these guys. They do a great job being actively involved in the community, and now you're just going to see this great Bayer logo.
That's right.
By the way.
all around town.
Yeah.
You bet. Very good.
It's a sharp-looking logo, by the way. It looks pretty good. All right, there it is right there. Thank you, Ryan Broderson. Good call on that. All right, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, which is set up in the front of the store. I actually saw the camera this morning when I was walking past here looking at some grapes and some produce. So that's a good shot. The amount of grapes, by the way, like talk about being the new guy at a grocery store. I thought there were just purple and green grapes. We got grapes that taste like cotton candy. We got grapes that look like moons. It's unbelievable, the variety of grapes. I feel like we could create a grape here on the show. I think that would be very, very good. All right, so yes, I love the CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera, and I appreciate our friends at CBI Bank and Trust. They have a location inside Hy-Vee. They call it the Super Bank because it's open on Sunday. I mean, I'm sure they have other reasons for calling it that, but they are open on Sundays in case you need to do some banking after church. There's no place else that you can do that. It's not a bad idea, that's for sure. Betsy, we're going to send you in the cart cam in just a second, okay? You're looking at me like I got the keys ready for the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. We'll get there in just a second. I want to get to our second guest. Hi, Thomas Kaler.
Hey.
So we just talked to Sean Trader, who you know,
Yeah.
and they have 440 employees working. Unity Point Health, a couple hundred employees working.
At the hospital, over 300, 350. That's just hospital employees.
Wow. So think about this. On this show, we're talking to two organizations that have nearly 800 people employed
Yeah,
at this very minute. That's exciting.
it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Economic engine at work.
Yeah, just keeps on churning.
Yeah.
Personal hospital stories. 3-year-old, Monday. I was off from work.
Yeah.
He was going to school. My wife thought he might look sick. She takes him to Express Care. In and out in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
By the way, he had an ear infection and strep.
Oh, no.
Are we talking about strep already?
I
Holly,
know. I know.
I'm like, school just started.
Doesn't it seem like some kids are just more susceptible to
Yes, those
strep?
are my kids.
My son was that way as well with the ears. He's 17 and still has a tube.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wow. I saw Dr. Dawson, leaving this morning from Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
And he's the guy, ENT, by the way, that has done tubes in both my kids and tonsils and adenoids out. But yeah, I mean, like, the reality is we're in that, like, cold, sick season. You know, people are getting flu shots.
And they go to school and they're exposed to everything.
Right. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But it's so true. I mean, I lovingly say that school is kind of like a germ factory. And I mean that with all due respect. But
Yes.
it's just, you get back into that setting. I just thought we'd have like a month at least before we'd be visiting Express Care, but that's why, and you're not even here to talk about Express Care. These are just my experiences.
No,
that's
but
why
we
we're so
certainly can.
excited to have Express Care.
It's a nice
in
convenience.
town.
It's a nice
Oh,
convenience.
yeah. So
yes.
you can get, and then the fact that my wife can just call, and it's not my wife that is the only person that does this, by the way. We don't have preferential treatment or anything,
Right.
but she'll often call and talk to one of Cindy Bird's nurses, or
Hey.
talk to a nurse or the My Nurse Services, and just, you know, when you don't know.
When you don't know where to go,
Pick up the phone.
is this somewhere I need to go to the
Right.
emergency room for? Or can we go to Express Care? Listen, I have Doug Dawson on speed dial myself. Yes, I said my son is 17. He still has a tube, so which is. He's outside the bell curve. That doesn't normally
Sure,
happen.
right, sure.
But it's just so nice to have that resource, and I can call Doug and say, "Do I need to bring him in?"
Yeah. What's going on now?
Yeah,
Can you just
yeah.
do a drive-by tubing for me, Dr. Dawson? I mean, that procedure's so quick. Nothing can prepare you.
He probably could do that. He's that skilled.
He is that fast.
And he's a CrossFitter,
Right,
so
and he's in good
trained
shape.
for that.
He's always got great glasses on as well.
Yeah.
But enough about Dr. Dawson. We need to talk about, and I'm so excited that you brought some stickers, because I'm going to sticker myself, if that's okay.
Those are for you guys.
Oh, these are for us.
yeah,
Great.
so you do what you want to.
Yeah, so I can wear this right here. You're cool with that?
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, I know that you're still cool with my public health pop socket, my iSmile pop socket.
Yeah.
But check that out. Let's see. Look at this new camera. So we're talking Imagine the Amazing, and an opportunity, Holly, for folks to, as it says, vote for their school.
Yes.
September 17th to the 30th. All right. Now, you emailed me about this, and I'm glad that you did, and I'm excited that you're sitting here. I didn't know that this was going on.
This is the first time for Unity
Okay,
Point Health.
great, good.
So for viewers out there, Unity Point Health, which is Trinity Muscatine's Unity Point Clinic parent company, Unity Point Health corporate, is sponsoring a school contest for all schools in the Unity Point service area. So what that means, basically all of Iowa.
Sure.
Some of Illinois, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and South Dakota. And this contest is open to K through 12 schools.
Okay.
Public and private, as long as they're not, it has to be not-for-profit.
Gotcha.
So
Sure.
we are encouraging everybody to vote for their school. It's not school districts, these are schools. So Colorado, Washington.
McKinley.
Yes. High
Grant,
school.
Madison.
All of those.
I feel like if I don't say all the schools, I'm going to get yelled at. Mulberry.
Right.
I don't want to. I got kids at two different schools.
Yeah.
I don't want to claim that I have a bias.
You don't want to show bias, right?
But shout out to McKinley. So that's what people need to understand when
Yeah.
they log on to unitypoint.org/imagine the amazing is they have to vote for their particular school.
Correct. So
Okay.
the school with the most votes will win $25,000. Isn't that amazing?
That's a lot of money.
It is
for a
amazing.
school.
And the next 10 runner-ups will receive $1,000
Oh my
apiece.
gosh.
Right.
Yes.
Just think of what a school can do with that money.
They so much. I mean, we often hear stories about schools and teachers having to come out of their pocket
Right.
to pay for things, and it drives me crazy because I went to college initially to be a high school English teacher. I have a lot of friends that are in education. So when a company like Unity Point Health puts out something like Imagine the Amazing,
Yeah.
it's a thumbs up from me. And all we need people to do locally is to get online and vote.
To vote. And
Vote,
the
vote, vote.
only restriction is
Okay.
1 vote per hour per device. So
Wow.
you could have a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop, and vote 3 times in an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Ryan Broderson, which elementary school did you go to? Colorado? Betsy?
Yeah.
Washington. Oh, rest in peace, Washington.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So you could vote for McKinley. Give me that McKinley vote, or Grant, or Colorado. That's what I'm saying. We
right.
just want everybody in Muscatine County to vote.
To participate.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
and wouldn't it be wonderful if a
one of the
Muscatine area?
school,
Yeah.
right. I don't. Ultimately, it doesn't matter which school wins, but if we could have a
Right.
winning school in
Yeah.
Muscatine County, that would be huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
This is such a great opportunity. Can you take me to the website, Ryan, so we can show people what it would look like to vote? I'm cheating and looking at the sticker. It's unitypoint.org/imagine the amazing. I love the materials that you
Yeah.
have. They look so good. because it's so true.
Yeah.
And here we go. All
Yep,
right, we've got
yep.
the website pulled up. So, all right, scroll down and let's read a little bit
You
here.
can. There's a list of schools, and
Excellent.
if you don't see your school on there, let me know. We would work it out and make
Yeah,
sure your school
absolutely.
gets on the
Let's
list.
go towards that Iowa list, everybody. No offense, Illinois. I think people often forget that I spent 18 years in Illinois before becoming an Iowan, but I
Yes.
have been an Iowan almost as long. Holy moly, there's a lot of pages. All right, we're going to get to the Iowa
Yeah.
list in a second. This is
a
exciting,
lot of
though.
schools,
You
yes.
need to go online, watch it. Even if you're an empty nester, which congratulations.
Right.
I'm sure that for a minute you were sad about being an empty nester, but you don't have a kid crawling in your bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, I think it was this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Get online and vote because you probably, if you're watching, had kids that went through. Here we go. Thank
There
you,
we go.
Ryan. So there you go. Muscatine, Iowa. So, see, I forgot a couple schools like Central, Colorado, Franklin, Grant, Jefferson, Madison, McKinley, Mulberry, MHS, St. Mary Matthias, West Middle School. And that's
this also includes Loyal's and Muscatine. I mean, like I said,
Yes,
any school in the Unity Point service area. So
That's great.
that's all of Iowa.
$25,000, and as all the advertisements say, like field trips, a climbing wall, vegetable garden, art supplies, a new playground. None of these things are cheap, and
Right.
a lot of these things, Holly, unfortunately, aren't in like a school's budget. Typically,
Well, right. Or if
right?
they are, sometimes they get cut because of budget restraints.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so Unity Point Health, yeah, healthcare, wellness is our thing.
Sure.
So people might think, well, why are you going into education? Well, education is part of the fabric of a community's health. And
Yep.
so it just makes sense to partner with our schools and give our local kids opportunities for growth.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. And I also like, if we go back to that website, there's an opportunity for folks watching to set like a Facebook picture as
Yeah.
this. Like all of the material is online. So
Yeah.
you could like take it, download the picture, send it out on your Instagram, grab a flyer for your school. Like Holly said, there will be the rolls of stickers here at Hy-Vee, and we'll get some signage
And
up
these
for
are
sure.
your posters, and I can get you more if needed.
Cool.
I just brought you a few things. Didn't know
No,
what
this
you
is
needed.
great. So Ryan, click on that contest logo. We've probably seen it already since we've been doing the show, but I just want you to understand, folks, that when you go to that website, unitypoint.org/imagine the amazing, you have an opportunity to download these images and then share them out yourself. It's probably downloading to your computer, right? That's right. Okay, good. So it's going to download to your device, and then you can share it out. Ryan's going to pull it up in a second. We probably showed it to you, but I want you to understand. There it is
Yeah.
right there. Boom. Put that on your Facebook, and then encourage people, share the link, and tell them to go vote for really any of these schools. Wouldn't it be great, Holly, if we had the first place school in Muscatine
know.
County and
I
then a
know.
runner-up school,
I know.
or two runner-up schools?
And the thing about Muscatine is that everybody in this community is so involved. When there's a cause out there, people just pitch in, get involved,
Yep.
and make it happen.
Absolutely.
And I can see this just going like crazy locally.
Well, and it makes sense to go back to your point about why would Unity Point Health get into education? Well, because, your providers, your coworkers live in this area
Right.
and have kids going to the same schools or are
Absolutely.
involved in PTOs or booster clubs or showing up to sporting events.
Yeah.
And then you could look at it the other way. You also understand that the majority of people that are in this area are your patients.
Yes.
So it just makes sense. I mean,
makes
it's like
sense.
this, it's like this, here's the seesaw, right? It's like, well, we take care of them, like my kid with the strep and the ear infection. He also goes to school.
Right.
So if we can potentially help reinvest in our schools, yes. it'll
Absolutely.
only
It's just another great way to partner.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense totally to me. And just understanding like this in particular on this flyer, flexible classroom seating. Like when was the last time, and maybe for y'all watching, it's been a while, like the last time you were in a classroom, you might have this perception that, well, it's 2018, classrooms are probably totally different. We're living in the future. They probably all sit on like bouncy balls or something. And the reality is sometimes they got crusty desks. right? Sometimes, like, there could be a kid sitting in a desk that you sat in back in high school in '74.
That's true. It could be.
That room could use a little TLC.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about my high school. Oh, thank you, Ryan. That's one of those crusty chairs. Come on. Those are probably the ones that flip up and then you can flip down. At my high school, Oak Park River Forest, I remember sitting in one of those style desks that Ryan just showed us, except it was wooden, and somebody had carved in their name, and it was like class of '70. So that's just where I went. I mean, we know that Muscatine. That's kind of it, Ryan.
With the blackboards.
Right, with the chalkboard. Minus that giant flat screen, we definitely didn't have that. We did have the cart with the rolling TV strapped onto it.
Yeah, and wasn't that a great day when that rolled into your room?
You knew it was going to be either educational video or you had a substitute teacher.
Yes.
That was going to mail it in.
Yes.
Today we're going to watch A Bronx Tale. Are you sure that's a good idea? A mafia movie? And then the VHS tape was never rewound.
Never.
Right.
Never. Or, remember the big reels of film? And once in a while they would like flip off the reel.
Start on fire. Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
We had one that started on fire once. It was a whole thing. Listen, this is what we're saying. We need y'all to vote for a school in Muscatine or Louisa County. We know that Unity Point Health does good work, for sure. My third child will be born locally. Mm-hmm. My wife has been seeing Kim Sprague, who's pretty wonderful.
Pretty great, yeah.
Here's how, all right, let me just, again, it's not all about me, but I do have all these personal experiences, these firsthand experiences with Unity Point Health. So my wife, I was off last Friday.
Okay.
My wife had a baby doctor's appointment, and she said, I have to wait a couple minutes because Kim is just getting done with a C-section. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To know that Kim Sprague was just helping bring a baby into the world.
Yeah.
And take care of a new mom and the family, and then was like,
back in the clinic.
Then seeing patients again.
Right.
Like, that's such a... I don't know how they do it. I think of a lot of our doctors and nurses as superheroes.
Yeah.
Because they have these unique jobs and these set of skills. I mean, even things like and there's Kim Sprague right there, even things just like, drawing blood. Like, I don't know if I could ever stick a needle in somebody's arm. I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it.
I do too. So, I work in healthcare.
Right.
And I don't know, I had to give some blood a couple weeks ago, and they kind of had to put me back in the chair. They said I was going white.
Going white. Did they say that you have shy
were...
veins? Because I've been told I have shy veins. I think shy veins was code for you were fat, Tony. And now my veins are popping. They're popping. You lose 80 pounds and all of a sudden your veins are a little bit more visible.
I think your body knows, hey, I'm going to go give blood, and
yeah, you're right.
My veins just like took a dive.
Yeah, I've actually heard that.
Yeah.
So for all of your healthcare needs, you can stay local. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
You put up the Unity Point Health. By the way, if you don't have Unity Point Health umbrellas, that when you open, just show everything that y'all do. That's the next idea, I think. Because I always use that analogy as here's the Unity Point Health umbrella and everything that's underneath it, from public health and getting into the schools for education and awareness, and then giving back to the community, and then things like Imagine the Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways that Unity Point Health serves every day. And for some people, they just go and get a physical every year, and that's it.
And that's fine. Yeah.
Others need to see folks at Unity Point Health often, or need to have that, that referral to go elsewhere. It only makes sense to do things like Imagine the Amazing. So this is it. It's up to us, myself included, right?
I'm pretty pumped about this.
Yeah, this is exciting.
So please vote. Yeah, the 17th through the 30th. This is really exciting for our community. And again, I just encourage all your viewers to get out and vote as many times as possible.
Yes. Well, I mean, apparently I can vote all the time. You just got to wait an hour. Is that it?
One vote per device per hour.
Okay. So I'm just going to line up the different...
all your stuff.
That's right.
Yes.
Can I vote from a Nintendo Switch? Possibly.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Wait a minute. You have a 17-year-old? You don't have a Nintendo Switch yet? That's good.
He has a PlayStation
4, probably. Maybe you can vote from a PS4.
I don't know
Betsy's
what he's got
nodding
going
her. The
on.
young people on this show, they're nodding their head. It's okay. Just know that it was expensive.
Okay.
And apparently my kid got it for finishing kindergarten.
Oh.
So what is he going to get for first grade?
Ugh.
I don't know. But here's what I do know. I'm going to vote often for McKinley and Grant. And can I see the list again, Ryan, so I don't forget to name a school again? And then people are watching and they're like, well, I was going to watch that show, but then you didn't give a shout out to my school.
Grant.
Franklin.
Jefferson.
Madison. Central. Purple Stuff. Sunny D. There we go. Thank you,
West.
Ryan. There it is right there. Central,
Yeah.
Colorado, Franklin, Grant, Jefferson, Madison, McKinley, Mulberry, Muscatine High School, Saints Mary and Matthias Catholic School, and West Middle School.
Yeah.
You probably know somebody that's either gone to those schools, that works at those schools, volunteers, coaches. Now's your opportunity to win them some money just by voting. You're already watching this on your phone, potentially. Now, is the voting only from September 17th
Yes.
to the 30th? Okay.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. Ryan, can you pull up one of these graphics that I gave you that has the date, just so folks know that voting is the 17th of September to the 30th only. So go to the website now, check it out, but then come back on the 17th, which is next Monday,
Yes.
and vote.
And vote. Vote often.
I think what we'll do on this show, Holly, if it's okay with you, is we'll have Ryan Broderson vote Monday morning.
Please.
Sound good? You can vote
Vote
for
every day.
Colorado. Is that where you went?
You
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you could vote for MHS. You went there as well, right? And Central. See?
Yeah.
You could vote for all your schools, and I'll send a vote out to St. Mary and Matthias since Principal Ben Nitzel's a friend.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
$25,000 on the line. If you're watching us, remember, 17th to the 30th of September. This is all thanks to Unity Point Health. Hashtag Imagine the Amazing. Share the images, the flyers on your social media. I'll probably do the same on the Hy-Vee page on my personal one.
Yeah.
Could use a
Please.
new cover photo.
Yeah.
Right? Can
And
always
if-
use a new cover photo.
And
Make
if
me
folks
look
have
better.
any questions,
Yes.
they can reach out to me. My direct number at the high school, at the hospital, is 563.
If you call the high school and ask for Holly, they'll be like, what? Sorry,
Yeah.
563.
563-264-9225.
And selfishly, I'm excited about having a third baby because the hospital got that good food.
We do.
Yes.
We have amazing
Yes.
food.
It's really good. And I'm not just saying that. I've had 2 kids there, and they've had, when you have a kid that goes in for a procedure, there's like those 15, 20 minutes where you don't want to just sit in the room.
Yeah.
You go grab something.
And people can come in. You don't have to be a patient or a visitor.
Right.
We do have people come in for lunch.
Right. You're
It's
welcome
affordable.
to it. It is
It's
super affordable.
Tasty.
I'm just going to be eating bacon and eggs. How's that baby doing over there, honey? Good? All right. I need more bacon.
I need some bacon.
Betsy's like, I'm kidding, Betsy. It's a joke. I'm a very attentive father that also happens to like bacon.
Yeah, you can eat bacon in the room and still be present.
And still
yeah.
lose weight on my keto diet.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. All right, Holly Thomas Kaler, thank you so much. It's all right here, y'all. unitypoint.org/Imagine the Amazing. September 17th through the 30th. Vote. $25,000. $25,000. One of our schools could win, or $1,000
Yeah.
if they crack that top 10. Why not? Why don't we could win it all?
I think
Right?
that Unity Point needs just to cut the check right now to
Yeah, just give it to us.
Muscatine.
Novelty check.
Yeah.
One of these checks right
I
here.
mean, let's just do it.
It would be a novelty for us, but something that Warren Schwanke would be used to. He always carries large checks around. All right. Yeah, and he's
Hey.
right back there, creeping on us. All right. Thank you for coming on. It's good to see you.
Hey, thank you
Come
so
back,
much.
And Monday, we'll be voting on this show, and you should do the same.
Yes.
unitypoint.org/Imagine the Amazing. Betsy, let's go to the Toyota Muscatine car cam, shall we? All right. Today is, and Betsy, this is why I want you to know, I'm just trying to encourage you, because today, Betsy, is National Day of Encouragement. So I just want you to be your best when you're operating that car cam. It's also National Video Games Day, and this is where you're going to come into the mix, Betsy, National Chocolate Milkshake Day. So I wonder, since you work here now, could you show the good viewers of Hy-Vee Today where they could find things like Hershey's chocolate syrup? Do you know where that is? Welcome to Supermarket Sweeps with Betsy Old McDonald Had a Farm. Can she find it? We'll find out in just a moment. Toyota Muscatine Car Cam. Thanks to our pal TJ Deere, Jimmy Greenhaw, and the crew at Toyota of Muscatine. Will Betsy be able to successfully navigate Hy-Vee to find chocolate syrup so then you could potentially have one of the ingredients that you need for a chocolate milkshake? And like Ryan Broderson says, his milkshakes continue to bring all the boys to the yard. And they are like, it's better than yours. He would teach you, but he would have to charge. Has she found it? Let's see what's on the shelf. I see some Nesquik. I do not see Hershey's chocolate syrup. I see some cereal, Rice Krispie treats. That's just rude because she knows that I can't have Rice Krispie treats. I don't know if Betsy's going to be able to locate it. Let's see. She's going the easy route and the healthy route with breakfast essentials. And, she almost dropped it. And a high protein item. We will accept that, Betsy. All right. Let's keep it with Betsy just for a moment in case she does discover the Hershey's chocolate syrup, and then we'll come back to the set and wrap things up. But let's keep it with Betsy just for a moment. National Chocolate Milkshake Day. Day of Encouragement and Video Games Day. Ironic that we just spoke about video games a moment ago with the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4. I don't think she's going to find the Hershey's chocolate syrup. What do you guys think? She's in the baking aisle. You know, right now she's thinking, Tony, why can't you tell me before the show where you're going to send me so it doesn't make me look like I don't know where Hershey's chocolate syrup is? Here's the truth. Full disclosure, I don't know where it is either. But what I would have done is grab the Hy-Vee app. It's on my phone. And I would have pulled it up. All right. Celebrate responsibly on National Chocolate Milkshake Day. Poor Betsy. She doesn't know where she's going half the time. Don't worry, you're good. You get a pass. I don't know where it is either. So we're even. We're even. All right, couple things to mention before we wrap up. We have a brand new Fuel Saver flyer that starts today. Grab one when you walk in the store and get ready to save at the gas pump. The flyers are available on a Spinderella. Ryan, do a kind of quick scroll on that because we don't have a lot of time and I got to help out with this Musco catering. So here you go. Some quick hitters. Grab a Fuel Saver flyer. Save, save, save. Most the departments throughout the store have Fuel Savers. Highlighting a few of them for you right here. Also on Friday, the touchdown football. We've kind of gone with a tailgating football theme for some ads, and we'll kick one off on Friday, some touchdown savings. Cheapest price ever on short sleeve Iowa or Iowa State t-shirts, $5. You're going to save $3 on a t-shirt starting Friday from small to triple XL, $5 short sleeve shirt, $7.99 or $7.50, for the long sleeve shirt, and then you can get those stadium bags for just $7.99. Some great looking deals on there from the bakery, produce department, wine and spirits. It's all there. Grab that ad and then come and see us starting on Friday. There's Steve Graham in the background getting ready for that Musco catering. That's what all that stuff is right here. I'm kind of stalling so that I just have to help load it into a vehicle and not help them as much. As we've been sitting here doing the show, this class is on sale. Keto Cooking 3. This is coming up on the 26th of September. Starts at 5:30 in the club room. The last two classes that we've done have sold out. All new recipes led by Chef Tess and Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigament. Tickets are $10 each, on sale right now. Customer service, you can pay with cash, you can swipe your card, whatever you need. Just don't miss out. If you've wanted to attend Keto Cooking, this is your opportunity. It's Keto Cooking 3 on sale right now. As of 22 minutes ago, tickets have been on sale for Keto Cooking. Oh, let's do let's talk plant-based cooking and then the kids cooking class. Both of those coming up soon. The kids cooking class is Saturday. Thank you. This Saturday, the 15th. The theme is Speedy Sack Lunches. This is Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigament. It's available up to 15 kids, $5 per child. Great class. Super happy that Kara's doing these. Encourage you to sign up a customer service. Again, this is a kids cooking class back this Saturday starting at 10 a.m. And then plant-based cooking is coming up in just a couple weeks. I believe it's on Tuesday, September 25th. That's at noon in the Hy-Vee Club Room. There it is. Fall harvest is the theme. catching my breath and yawning at the same time. So fall harvest is the theme, and you're going to have a lot of fun at that class. So the last thing we'll do is the team staffing job board. I do want to say thanks to Sean Schrader, Bayer plant manager, for taking the time to be here. Keep in mind, Sean's the guy, right? And he's surrounded by good people, and shout out to Chris Bohr for making this happen. But Sean Schrader knows that without his team, that's a tough place to be. So they have a great team at Bayer, formerly Monsanto. The transition happened on August 21st. And thankful for Sean Schrader for being on this show, and appreciative for the over 400 people that have a good job thanks to the folks at Bayer. And also thanks to our friend Holly Thomas Kaler with Unity Point Health. Get online and vote starting September 17th, unitypoint.org/imagine the amazing. Team staffing job board Monday, Wednesday, Friday, typically on this show, but we were off Monday, so we're doing a job board yesterday, Tuesday, today, Wednesday, and then we'll do one on Friday. Here's Katie, first shift shipping and receiving. Give her a call, 563-316-7639. Reach out and say hey to Katie, and she will help you get a good job. Up next on the job board is Jenny, first shift CNC operator. That's great. $16 to $18 an hour based on experience. I'm assuming that's what BOE means, based on experience. Unless it means bring onions, everybody. It could. I don't know. I don't know the acronyms of team staffing, but what I do know is Jenny has an opportunity for you at 563-316-7635. Give her a call. And Jenny also going to close up the job board. Multiple openings, first and second shift general labor, $13 an hour. Looks like an opportunity in the Wilton area. You can always apply online at their very convenient website, teamssi.com. They are on social media like Facebook and Instagram, and on Lake Park Boulevard across from Happy Joe's. 563-316-7635. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee Today. My name is Tony Tone. If you ever need anything, reach out. Use that email address on the screen right down there. There it is. Boom. Hy-Vee@gmail.com. You can send information to our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. Drop stuff off here at the store. Call me, 563-264-2420. Whatever you need. If there's something good going on in this community, you want to have them featured on this show, all you got to do is reach out. It's really that easy, and we'll make it happen. I promise you that. Tomorrow is Thursday already. Wow. Can't believe it. I don't mind not working Monday or Friday. Maybe that's something that I could negotiate in my next deal. It's kind of and Caleb Drawball. It's all hands on deck to feed 500 people in 45 minutes. I'm on the drink station, so I can't screw anything up. Potentially. I do want to have a chicken breast, so may have to do a drive-by forking. Oh, hello, Musco people. Remember me? Can somebody hit the lights? That's what I'll wait. I'll wait till they hit the lights, and then I'll creep over, and I'll take my fork, and I'll put it into the chicken breast, and then I'll eat that chicken breast on a fork like it's a kebab. All right. Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 right here, unless you're watching on MPW, and it's past 11 o'clock at this point. You should go to bed. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.